All right, and recently on DualShockers.com there was an interview about Nico. So we already mentioned her, and yeah. So during an interview, they asked the director Itsuno and the producer Matt Walker if the team ever thought of making Nico playable in the game, and this is what they said. We never thought to make her playable. The way we see Nico, she's not the type to go out there fighting. She's the one who gives you crap. You've got to be better at fighting. You've got to be careful with the merchandise. The idea is that you're going to play as Nero, and that's part of her appeal. She's not the one who goes out there to fight. She's the one that tells you that you got to man up and improve your game. Before we jump to the next quotes, let's talk about this first. So yeah, she's gonna bust your balls a lot during the game.
I mean, if you think about the history of the DMC franchise, that's basically just yet another woman in the game that will bust your balls for not being better and that you're not doing good enough.
But
I'm fine with it.
With her,
I am okay with it.
But with the other characters, they can actually kick ass as well, such as Trish and Lady. Nico will not fight.
Let's think about it like this. Nico used the demon to put out her cigarette. I mean, that's pretty badass in her own right. Obviously, she does not flinch in a combat situation. I mean, just think about it from the trailer and how there was a dead soldier on the ground that Nico was basically introducing the weapons to. I mean, look, woman's insane. She's real fucked in the head. And I'm fine with her not being playable, and because I mean, if she was playable, she's just a normal squishy human being. Unless she brings a giant mech robot to the battle, she's just gonna be like a downgraded version of Lady.
Ooh.
That's right. Said it. Lady over Nico, fight me.
I will not fight you on that because I do agree. Yeah, I'm also glad she's not playable. I would never expected her to be playable at all. Yeah, she's cool. She could be a cool side character. That's completely fine. And since she will bust your balls a lot during the game, I want to see her quips. I want to see what exactly she says. I hope they are funny because so far we've not seen anything funny from Nico in the trailers. So yeah, I hope they give her a lot of depth to her as a character because we're not going to see her in combat. We're only going to see her in cutscenes. So let's see how much can be developed.
I mean, we know for a fact that her parents are dead.
Right.
Because in that opening cutscene that Nero mentioned something about a demon. Or no, Nico's the one who brought it up. Something about a demon killing her parents.
Yeah, so there's already layers to her. Maybe a troubled past. Who knows? I mean, hell, every character has that. So, and we'll continue with the rest of the quotes. Itsuno and Walker also talked about the creation of Nico and the concepts that inspired her character. So here is the quote. Nero has Kyrie, but Kyrie is incredibly important for him, so much so that he doesn't want to put her in any kind of danger. We wanted a character who would be able to go with Nero and be there for him. That's how the idea for Nico came up, sorry. At the same time, we wanted a new kind of heroine character. We wanted one who was going to be sassy, the kind of sassy that we hadn't seen yet in the Devil May Cry series. Again, Kyrie just pushed to the sidelines.
Where she belongs.
I mean, come on. Like, if anything, they should have redeemed Kyrie instead of her being a nothing character in DMC4. Like, give her something here.
Look, they realized after DMC4, she's a nothing character. No one likes her. She's nothing but weak waifu material. And at the end of the day, they couldn't build off of her. They knew that the fans didn't particularly want her back.
But
they wanted more Lady and Trish, and I'm fine with that.
That's the point. Like, she's not a strong character in DMC4, which is why in DMC5 so much could be changed. Because they already knew how fans perceive her. So it would make sense for them to give a lot more to her character.
there was no rescuing that dumpster fire.
Man, brutal.
Anything else that they do would just be it would just be pouring oil on that. It would be like trying to redeem Ashley Graham from Resident Evil.
So this pretty much confirms that Kyrie will just have to be saved again, maybe a few times during the game.
I don't know. I feel like she's gonna be relegated to that flashback cutscene, where Nero loses his arm, and then she's gonna like pop up at the end, in a fucking limo or something, and it's like all this. She's probably gonna bust Nero's balls too. At the end of the day, that is what is gonna happen. She's gonna appear out of nowhere and bitch Nero in some way.
I mean, she was already the worst female character in the entire series, and the fact that they seem to be doing nothing with her, again, that's just... I think that's unfortunate.
Look, if they're gonna bring her back, at least make her design waifu material.
The design, I'm sure the design would be fine, but the character itself, god damn, nothing to her.
Look, I have no faith in them with Kyrie. At this point, let's just let her be forgotten. She was good for the meme of the sweet surrender. That's where I stand on that.
If she's a nothing character, why is Nero still so interested in her? Why does Nero care so much about her then? Nico's right there. Nico is right there.
Nico is an okay tier character.
Oh, so you would also take Kyrie?
Between Nico and Kyrie, yeah, I'd probably take Kyrie.
Oh, she's a nothing character, but you'll still take her.
Look, I'm not gonna lie. I like her design a little bit better than Nico's. At least as far as like hair and facial expression and voice goes.
And hey, in this with
look, the clothing, I'll give Nico points on. It is top tier. But it kind of feels reminiscent of Cindy Oram from Final Fantasy 15.
Yeah, but okay, I do want to ask you if Kyrie was in this spot that Nico is in, if they decided to put Kyrie here, would it work?
Fuck no, it wouldn't. They didn't establish Kyrie as, any kind of inventor.
They establish her as she's the girl that has to be saved, and that's about it.
She's a singer. That's it.
Yeah.
That is who she is.
And hey, we're gonna go ahead.
Look, you gotta give Nero a little credit. Fucking the only people he knew were people within that cult, and he's still look. He walked away from that adventure with a very bland and
boring,
non-developed woman. But hey, as far as looks go, he walked away winning pretty well. And she loved him back in a very open way. It's not like he's Dante, who has two love interests in his life. And one of them is just the BDSM version of his mother, and the other just constantly reminds him of his debt to her.
You got a good point there. She may be a completely boring character, but she doesn't look too bad.
Yep, she's got that going for her. Good for you, Kyrie. Yeah, you have something going for you.
The one thing, yeah.
And as bland and helpless as you are, you somehow managed to bag a badass like Nero. So hey, there's something about you that we don't know. That sweet surrender was gotten for a reason.
And hey, we're gonna be getting a lot of sassiness from Nico. Not a surprise, obviously. We already knew this. Is there ever too much sassiness for a person or a character?
At a certain point, I don't think we've seen that yet.
But I don't know, man. I have a feeling that she might cross that line of being a little annoying.
You think so? What do you think the giveaway was?
I don't know. I mean, so far
design?
with everything that we've seen of her, I've not been super impressed. I think it's fine, but with all the details we're getting from her, I don't know. I mean, obviously, I'll wait to see more, but I don't know. There could be. I mean, there's a line, from sassiness and annoying. I just hope they balance that.
I feel like we're gonna be crossing over into the annoying territory quite a bit.
Damn.
Look, if that does happen, then yeah, maybe Dante didn't make off so bad, considering neither of his two female companions aren't particularly annoying.
Not at all. Yeah. They're like pretty perfect.
They are perfect.
Ah,
The perfection.
yeah.
But
Just
I mean, that means that Nero has some shit luck if he's got one annoying woman who constantly busts his balls, and on the other hand, a woman who's completely useless unless it's a singing competition.
hey, maybe he just needs to be more social. Get out there, meet new people.
I don't think that works out well for him. I don't. The only people he's ever known are people within a cult and some dude who ripped off his arm.
And he needs to change his hairstyle if he ever wants anything else. Oh, God. I don't like
No,
that.
he needs to keep his current hairstyle. He's getting with the time.
Make it long, damn it.
No, keep it like how it is.
Alright. And they also did go on to talk about how Nico is different from the usual heroines we see in many games. So here's the quotes. You don't see characters like that in many Japanese games. That's something we kind of thought about. Not just in Japanese games, but especially in Japanese games. You have these very specific archetypes. You do kind of have the same variation of male characters and the same variation of female characters a lot of the times. One of her thoughts was, okay, let's try to do something a little different with her. That comes from the sassiness. As a guy who gets a chance to interact with all kinds of people all the time, it'll be cool to hang out with a girl who is that sassy, smokes all the time, points out your flaws, and gives you crap when you need it. There's something cool about being around that kind of person. That's where Nico comes from. Okay. Is there something cool about that?
Yes, but not the way that they executed it. Because I mean, they're saying that that's not something you see a lot in Japanese games. I mean, look, I've played a few here and there. That's definitely an archetype. Usually, it's an older character. It's not always played by a female. Sometimes it's a dude. But they're usually a mentor character, and they usually always smoke. And they're usually sassy in some way where they kind of belittle the protagonist and whatever problems they're having. So it's Nico is nothing groundbreaking. She is the poor man's Cindy Oram.
Huh.
That's what I have to say about her.
Okay, but when he did say it would be cool to hang out with a girl who is that sassy, smokes all the time, points out your flaws, and gives you crap when you need it, isn't that like any millennial girl these days? The smoking and giving you crap, and the sassiness. I mean, hey, I don't know. I mean, that's a bad image if you just want to describe someone as that.
I mean, I can kind of see what you're talking about. I mean, giving you crap. Yeah, I can attest to that. Smoking. I feel like that's been on the downcline.
Yeah,
the
yeah.
decline.
Those those trashy.
You gotta take those traits and balance them out.
Good point.
Like,
yeah.
There's usually some kind of balance to them, like that like if we take a character like Nico and transfer her onto like Lady, let's keep the same character design for Lady. If you transfer those traits, then what they would do to balance those character traits out is you would have a tender moment thrown in every once in a while at a very key point. So
likable. Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. If you took Nico's character traits like that and you added them to either Lady, Trish, or Kyrie, they'd probably be more redeemable than, I feel like Nico's character.
Yeah, and
I feel like they would be more accepted.
yeah, and like you said, she's nothing groundbreaking. I mean, we've seen characters like that here and there. In gaming, I can't really think of any at the moment that comes to mind. I'm sure there are some, but yeah, for the DMC franchise, this is obviously new, completely different than any other, not just female character, just characters in general. So she does stand out as being something different, something unique than all of the other DMC characters. Now we just have to see the execution.
I mean, sassiness is nothing new to
Right.
female characters.
Yeah, that's true. So, yeah, I mean, hey, like we said, it's completely fine that she's not playable. Did not expect that, and yeah, we're hopeful for Nico, for being a cool character.